spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim? She ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well. Defendant, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Alright. About 9. I have to reacquaint myself with everything. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to press that. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende? I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? God, quit flashing me that pimp smile. As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Take that! Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh ho ho! It is simple, you have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here, and the victim here. If the victim ran to the left as you claim she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Oh no! Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. Yeah, you saw her run to the left because you were killing her! True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right, and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? They're both right. Both witnesses are telling the truth. Ha! I doubt it. Or rather, that does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Come on, Edgeworth, you're a smart man. Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. He was viewing it while he was committing it. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing from the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Co., of course. What? More specifically, he was standing here. Show the court where Mr. White was standing. Boom! This is where he was. Look. When the victim ran for the door, if he was watching from this point, to him it would appear that she ran to the left. Please. This is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Wow, way to pick up on it, Edgeworth. Order! I will have order! Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion! The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Ho, ho, ho. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. My name is Mr. Wright. God damn it. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Here we go. She ran to the left. She ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is what I saw. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Ah, she was only hit once. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? No, I don't remember, because I didn't hit her, fuckwad. That does seem to make sense. You don't hit ladies! Will you be cross-examining the witness testimony? You bet I will. I mean, yes, Your Honor. Okay, let me check the court record. Died from a blow by a blunt object. Victim dodged an attack and then ran to the right. Okay, so she dodged it. Okay, so this game is kind of stingy about she ran to the right, she's trying to deliver the final blow. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. That's where I need to close this again. Ah, shit. You have to do everything, like, perfectly in this game, is the problem. I know this is where I need to present evidence, but... hit her twice. Okay, let's try this. There we go. Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using that phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony. The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quite. The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice! Don't let him get away! Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony. The crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this one now, White. Mr. White? Okay. Not so flashy now, eh? He looks like Jigglypuff. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. Then the next moment I saw Miss Maya run to the left. The killer, you attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran to the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap! Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor. My stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Bitch. I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. What's that thing? You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that? The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? Yeah, he shouldn't have been able to see that. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. Gotcha. It was impossible for you to have seen the glass stand. What? Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity! Mr. White, if you were in the Gatewater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? Or better yet, where? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fay Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Gah! He looks like he's wearing a zoot suit or something. Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor, Miss Maya. Heh, looks like we're about to get our verdict. That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? Ugh, I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White, I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now? What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Co. law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Substantial. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what all this means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand. At the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, It is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place.